What's up, everybody? Today is a great day once again. I'm welcome to Chop It Up with the Pies. I got my music on. We're just doing instrumental Michael Jackson, The Girl Is Mine. We talk about a subject or a topic that we love to talk about and you're going to enjoy listening to. Today we're going to talk about, should women settle for men they do not desire? Should women settle for men that they do not desire? And so, I'm Pie.
And I'm Cassandra Pie.
And together we like to say welcome to Chop It Up with the Pies. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn, like I said, I got my classic on. This is Michael Jackson, don't play with that. Real talk. So let me close it out. And so today we're going to talk about, once again, should women settle for men they don't desire? Now, the one before that we had, should men settle for women they don't desire? And that's not a negative, that's a positive, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so I believe women versus men, I think women should settle for men that they don't desire, because whether you're 21 or 41, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, especially if you're a mother and you don't have the legitimate or the original father in the home. You might have to do that. So everybody gonna get who they want, you know, but you can love that man and treat that man accordingly to the way you want him to be, but you can't create him based on the man that you wanted. Now, you can't start saying, well, I want a man like this, I want a man like that. But I do think that it's a 50-50 for me. But tonight, I'm rolling with, you shouldn't settle for a man that you...
Oh, you said you should.
No, I said it's going to be, that's why I said it's going to be a 50-50.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the fence, and so I can't change in the middle of the video. So I'm saying I'm gonna re-say it, or women should not settle for men they don't desire based on if you have children. That's the exception. If you have children, you should do the best you can to try to get back with your baby daddy or your husband or whatever it might be, the original man. If it's children. Now, if there's no children, settle. But if it is children, don't settle. So what you say?
Well, I say that a woman should. She should settle.
Even if she have children?
Well, we're talking about a man, we're talking about somebody that she don't necessarily desire.
Right.
Yes.
Even if she don't, so she's saying...
And let me say this. I would not tell a younger woman to. Because when a lot of times people are with people that women are with men who they necessarily don't desire, you know, they don't make them feel a certain way, but they can accept and appreciate other, you know, things that the man has, you know, they can put value on, you know, his personality, how valuable he is when it comes to providing or whatnot. And so she is settling, but as an older woman with a little bit more maturity, she can settle in a more positive way versus a younger woman that's 23, 24 years old. It's going to always be an issue. I wouldn't suggest it for a younger woman, but I think an older woman should, because most of the time what we desire isn't the best thing for us in the first place.
So what is it that the word desire, what does that really mean? Because I'm sure it's different definition for different people, because everybody got a different like in another person. So right now it sounds like she's 50-50 with me. But I'm saying if you have children, women should not settle for the man that they don't desire. But if she...
Why not?
Because, well, the thing is that because... And it depends on how many children she got, let's be real. If she got little kids, I think she should try, and my reason is, here's my reason, you don't have to ask me no more, my reason is she should do her best, unless the man in prison or dead, she should do her best to try to get back with him, at least, you know, try. Now, sometimes it don't work like that, but if she don't have any children, now, just if the children are older, like coming into their teenage years, yeah, okay, now she should settle, because that's, I hate to say that's the best she can do, but that's the best she can do. Let's just be 100. If you one of them super independent women, you know, life don't really need you anyway. But if you're a woman that's living in the real world with real people, with real situations, I think when the kid's up in age, around that teenage years, you should go ahead and settle. But I think you should bear the grunt when they are a little younger, from 10 all the way down to like 5 and 6. I mean, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should try to do your best to try to do what you got to do, because you're not really doing it for yourself no more. You want that person to be that person for not only you, but for your children as well. So that's why I said don't settle, because kids are very impressionable, they're very gullible, and they might like him. And if they like him, they're gonna be a problem when you try to leave him. So yeah. So I think my wife is on the fence with me as well. But I say, but the grand scheme of things, women, go ahead and get with that guy. Because the guy that you want, the role model guy, the super pretty guy, the handsome guy, the guy that make you feel good and make you laugh, your co-worker guy or your manager guy or the guy who work at the place that fix your car, he ain't the one. He looked like the one, but he ain't the one. So, once again, I like to bring in the eyes of brother. If you ain't with the one you love, or you wasn't with the one you can't be with, just be with the one that you need to be with. And so the thing is that settling is not a bad word. It's not a curse. It's a blessing in disguise if you really look at it. But if you do settle, try to be very selective on who you settle with. Because you ain't gonna, I'm a stunner. Ask my wife. If she told me today that she settled for me because she couldn't get the guy she with, I don't care. I'm spoiled. Take care of that. And that's all I'm gonna say. I mean,
I believe there's different levels of settling, though.
Okay, well, give me at least two of them.
Because there has to be something there. There has to be something.
Yeah.
Because just say she settled for this old short, frumpy guy. She has absolutely no physical attraction.
He don't have to be like that.
No. What? This is the point I'm making. You spoke. She has absolutely no physical attraction to him. There is nothing there whatsoever. But he's a good guy. Mm-hmm. She shouldn't settle at that point.
Okay.
There has to be something. It may not be what you would want it to be. There may not be this strong connection that you may have had with somebody else. But he gotta have something that would say, okay, I can settle for this. Because what I'm hearing a lot of on social media now, a lot of people are talking about how women, should just, of course, be happy to have a man. If he's a good man, that's a man. I mean, hey, stop being so selective. But everybody wants somebody they somewhat attracted to. So there is a level of, there's levels of settling. There has to be, like, if you want here, and then there's also here. You're settling if you get anything that's below here, right? So she may settle in this area, but if she settled down here, that's not gonna work.
Okay,
that's not gonna work. I don't care what he brings to the table.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Well, that's true. It's different levels of settling because there's different age groups. So people settle based on the age group from their life experiences. But what I'm saying, I'm not talking about bum status. I'm not talking about a lazy bum type guy.
I'm not talking about that.
I'm not talking about the guy that don't want to work. I'm talking about a woman that's selective. I'm just telling her she need to be selective. And be very mature in her decision making on who she settled with. But I'm not talking about the loser. I'm never talking about a loser. I'm never talking about a bum. I'm talking about a man that he's pretty decent. But the thing is that what do you want in that man? She can't get that man put it like this. The man that she wanted, she can't get that man in that new guy. And so she can't get them. If she big on light-skinned guys, Caucasian guys, Latino, Hispanic guys, or whatever kind of guy she's in, well, you won't get him this time. So settle with the other guy in the other culture.
But that's the point I'm making. There are levels to settling. I'm saying, we're agreeing with each other in a sense, because I'm saying that you probably can't get the elite one that you want. Okay. Elite in all levels. Okay. In every category, right? Okay. But you can get someone that's that's decent, that he checks off few of the boxes, but it's several boxes that he don't check off. That's a different level of settling. But there's another level where he's not a bum by any means. He's a hard-working guy, but when there is like no connection at all, I don't see that working. Now, I'm not talking about a bum. I'm just talking about somebody that there is no connection with in the least bit. No, she shouldn't settle in that sense.
Okay, let me take the gloves off because I think we playing around up here. Now I'm finna switch it a little bit because now I'm telling the women who have children or don't have any children, you should not settle for a man you don't desire. Because desire means something about that person that you like, you want to be with that person, or you want to at least find out what their interests are. So you shouldn't, I took the gloves off, I'm saying you shouldn't settle. Never, ever settle. Don't settle. Don't do it. Don't do it. The reason why I say don't do it is because when you do settle for a man that you don't desire, there's going to be a lot of issues with that man because you feel like whatever you're doing with that guy, it's never going to be enough. Because you feel like you can do better, that I can do better always, especially when that argument comes, that I can do better, I don't need you, and you're going to give this man, I'm trying to save this man because you're going to give him hell, because you feel like you feel like every time he says something you ain't doing something right, you're going to argue the man to death. You're going to stamp in his face and tell him this, I could do better, you ain't my first choice, now there's the problem. So I'm not telling you don't settle, but I'm telling you don't settle if it's going, because that's what it's going to be. I'm trying to save a lot of police action. I'm trying to save you from getting slapped out. I'm trying to save you from getting your butt whooped. And I'm trying to save a lot of court costs and fines. Because that's what's going to happen, because some of you women use men as a jump off because you couldn't get, because everybody know about the jump off. That's a 90s term, or in the 80s term, the jump off. I couldn't get him, so I'm going to get with you. But until I can do better. See, then you can't play with people like that. And I'm trying to save some of y'all sisters from getting slapped out.
I'm talking about, when I say settling, I'm talking about a true, like, settling down settling.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I'm talking about a settling down settling. And again,
that's what I'm talking about.
Again, there's different levels of settling.
But I'm talking about this level.
A mature woman who's been through some things, who has, been on both sides of wanting somebody didn't want them, somebody want her and she don't want them, and just, she has a different level, of appreciation, when it comes to, what a good man is and all that, but at the end of the day, when it comes to settling, again, you're settling if it's several, boxes that you cannot check off. But you can settle, you can happily settle at the same time. Just as long as you don't go too far, under. Now, a younger woman that haven't been through anything, I wouldn't tell her to settle at all. Well, because an older woman is gonna, especially if she's learned anything from, living and dating and whatnot, and being disappointed over and over again, she knows how to, take the good with the bad. She knows how to say, okay, well, he may not have this or this and that, but he has this and this, and I can roll with that, and I'm mature enough to settle for this and find happiness in this. Versus somebody who is younger, who, they don't have an appreciation for, they don't understand that they're not going to have it all. So, like I said, I would only recommend that to somebody who has lived. But some of these younger women, I wouldn't recommend them to settle because they just don't have the mental capacity to say, they don't know how to take the bitter with the sweet. Okay, thank you. Listen, this is what I'm saying. And that's too much. This is what I'm talking about in the real world. I'm talking about real world, real settling with somebody that you don't. I'm talking about real world. I'm talking about real world, real settling with somebody that you don't desire. Okay. If a woman settle with a man that she don't desire, let me just cut through the chase. That's going to be a problem in the household. That's going to be a problem in the dating. That's going to be a problem. Now, I said earlier, if she had children and they're younger,
try to make the best you can until they get up to age. But now I'm talking about just straight out. Don't waste, and I'm talking about that for your own. This is almost safety talk. Don't settle with that man you know you don't really want him because you couldn't get the other guy, because you ain't gonna respect him. Right. And men won't respect. You ain't gonna treat him like you would have treated the other guy if you had got him. And that means you ain't gonna want to respect him. That's number one. You're not gonna give him what he want and desire. That's number two. You're not gonna sex him like he want to be sexed. That's number three. and so that's gonna be an issue. And the next thing is, you're not gonna be that woman that he thought you should be or he's thinking you should be because you're holding out. And when a man finds out you hold, and I'm telling you this for safety purposes only, when a man finds out that you holding out, that's gonna be a problem, especially when you're messing with his feelings. So I'm telling women now, if you gonna settle for a man that you don't desire, which I'm telling you, really don't do it. But if you do, be all in. Be all in.
That's what I'm saying.
Be all in. But if you're not gonna be all in, a couple of things gonna happen to you. You're gonna get the business, and you don't want the business. You're gonna mess around and get hurt because you mess with a real man. Because when he put it all on the table and thinking that you really desire him, and it's found out that you really desire somebody else, that can get very toxic. And now what you gonna do with all that? Independent. That ain't gonna work. I'm an independent, strong woman. Not when you laying on the ground. Not when you didn't call the police because he didn't stomp you out. How independent is that? But I'm trying to keep it 100 because that's what I do.
You're not talking about these men stomping nobody.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about women settling for men that they don't desire. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna settle, be true. That's all I'm saying. If you're not gonna be true, don't settle. But the topic for Chop It Up with the Pies today is women who settle for men they don't desire. So when they settle for that man that they don't desire, if they're not true with it, if they plan if it's a con game, until they can do better, assumingly do better, even though he treating her like roses, I mean fresh roses out of the garden, and she still think that's not enough, and she argue, go back and forth with this man, you're going to have a problem on your hand. Because that's a real, if you're doing a boy, now that's different. He don't care what you said to him. He don't care if you don't want him or not. He don't care. I'm talking about a real man that's going to put the work in. Real men like me. And the other people, other real men I know. I ain't saying we're going to hit you and mistreat you, but you're going to have a problem on your hand. So to keep from wasting your time, go on about your business with your bad self. But if you do settle, be true. Women who settle for men they don't desire. If you're going to settle with that man that you know that you really don't want him like 100%, you will give him 80%. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it because it won't be worth it. Because you taking a good man and ruining him. And so when you get through with him, he go on to the next woman. He ain't gonna be true to her because you didn't damage him. Now he's damaged goods. He's out here on a stroll, trying to find love in all the wrong places because you done messed him up in the head and told him you didn't want no more, and you argued this man to death. You was a pesty old woman, and you drove that man crazy, and now he on a stroll out here trying to find love in all the wrong places. He in script joints, he standing at the corner lot, he don't want to go to work no more because you done messed him up. Women, don't do it. If you're gonna settle, be true. Women who settle for men they don't desire, the end topic to that is that be true to that man. Because a hurt man can get dangerous. Yeah. A hurt man can be very dangerous. He can be worse than the napalm bomb if you mess him up in the head. So let me ask you something, honey. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you. So with what I just shared with you, mm-hmm. and what I just shared with the people on social media, let's kind of switch it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I just said it's not safe. It ain't safe. It's not safe. Sometimes I use my Memphis lingo. It ain't safe. Do you think? Now we know I ain't gonna say your age, but we know in age groups, mm-hmm. like you said earlier, it's different. Different women, do different things. What advice would you have for women just around 35, between 35 and 55? Do you think that you better hear me. Get somebody to stay and
between 35 and 55.
Yeah, that's a nice age range. Okay, 35, 45. Would you share with the experience?
Serious here.
No, that's a good number, 35 to 55.
That range is too big. Okay, but just anyway, finish your question.
Okay, would you tell that woman the window is closing? Would you need to go ahead and settle or keep shopping?
Again, I'm gonna say for the third time, if not the fourth time, but I know the third time, is different levels of settling. Yes, I would say settle. Yes, especially when you hit the wall, 35 and up. I would say settle if the man does have things about him that you really like. And maybe there's some other things that's like, man, but you can focus on the positive and you can build on that. But no, again, I'm going to say, I don't care how old you are, 55, 65, there's nothing there at all. No, then don't settle. Because you'll be happier by yourself. But you can settle for somebody who doesn't check all your boxes, and still find some happiness with that person if he does, bring to the table some of these things that you desire in a man. He ain't got to have it all. He ain't got to have everything that the guy that you wanted, a few years back or whatever may have had. He ain't got to have all that stuff.
So are you saying yes or no?
I'm saying yes. They can settle because, again, there's different levels of settling.
Okay, here's another one. When a woman do settle, based on what you just said, can she find love in all the wrong places? Can she find love? Is there love in settling?
That's okay. I'm going to say yes. Yes. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
You've been doing a whole lot of talking. Shoot. Let me say something. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, she can find happiness in settling, and the couple together can be happy. Again, we're talking about maturity here, because a mature person, man or woman, can focus on what the positive things about their mate.
Okay. And
they don't have to focus on like a lady, she may have always been interested in a baller, right? Somebody who got a lot of money, he looked good, this and that, but she had to settle for somebody who was, didn't have no money, basically. I mean, he worked, but he ain't got no money. Well, he's wonderful in so many other areas.
Okay.
And so she has to be the breadwinner. He don't make no money, but he contributes a lot outside of money.
Okay.
She's settling in some type of way, right? But she's happy. She's focusing on the positive things and not focusing on the one or two things that she used to just have to have in a mate. He doesn't have those things, but he has so many other things. Yes, in a way she's settling, but she can find happiness in that, and they can both be happy together.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask you another question?
Yes, you can.
You said you can find love in settling with a person.
Yes, you can.
So in finding that love, can that actually lead to a long-term marriage, or just for 3 years, 4 years, or do you believe, without even having stats or analytics on this, do you believe it could be long-term?
Definitely, I believe it can be long-term.
So it's
because I'm focusing on a woman who is not in her 20s.
Okay.
Who, it's a lot harder for a woman in her 20s to focus on the good that someone brings and not focus on the things that he bringing that she doesn't like.
Okay.
We're talking about a mature woman here. This is the women I'm talking about. Mature women who've been through some things.
Okay.
So yeah, I believe longevity. I can believe they can get married and be happy. They're gonna have problems, but any marriage is gonna have problems. So I believe that, again, as long as she wasn't shooting for here and chose down here. If she was shooting for here and maybe she got here, yeah, she could be happy. Yeah, she could be happy.
So
and she can respect them. But we're talking about, again, a mature woman who understands that, hey, this is what it is, and I'm gonna make the best out of this. and she can be happy. If her mind is in the right place, her heart is in the right place, and she knows what to focus on, she knows how to truly take the bitter with the sweet, she can be happy.
So what does it from a woman point of view? What you just said to me is it's not bad. Selling is not a bad thing.
Right.
But I've heard people just recently talking about, like, if a man tell you you was the second choice, whatever, it might be a fist fight. So
yeah,
but the whole origin of settling, where it be male or female, is a bad thing. Yeah. It's like you I'm the best you can do, you know. Right. But you just stated that some truth and some love can develop from that, and it can lead to long-term marriage.
You can.
And so with that right there, so I thank you for that, because I didn't think it can happen like that. I never thought that. I'm totally against it. I didn't think that suddenly would lead to love and a long-term marriage.
Again, we're not talking about wanting LeBron and getting the guy shooting hoops by the gas station. We're talking about you want this top-notch guy, but you got somebody who's a hard-working man. He's respected in the community, and you know he's knows how to be a good boyfriend, be a good husband. It's just some things there that maybe he's not the most attractive. You know, it's some things there that, you know, maybe he's not as funny as you would like him to be, or just any old thing. But there's still some things there that you can work with, and you could build on that. You can build on the positive thing.
Something else I wanted to ask you, and it ties into what you're saying to me. It's, I hate to say this, ladies, but and don't forget to follow us on subscribe to YouTube and hit that notification button, and make sure y'all follow us on Facebook. And it's something I wanted to ask you. I want to be clear and get understanding that I think, because women get mad, I mean men or women get mad when they find out they was a second choice. Settling for somebody that you don't desire, can that be a sign of being desperate?
Well,
let's talk.
Put it like this. Now, okay, I know you said this in the beginning, but when you're saying don't desire, that takes it a little bit to the left a little bit, because you're saying if I don't desire you at all, but then that's kind of rough to say. Well, you don't. Okay. If I don't desire you at all, no, that's not gonna work. It has to be something there.
Well, I mean, it can be something there, but I'm saying that's still. I mean, it can be 5 or 6 things that they like about the person, even though they would a person.
But then still, you can't. But so saying just don't desire was kind of harsh thing.
Well, we don't want to be. Well, I mean, we could speculate and be very specific, but what I'm saying is that the topic is women who settle for men they don't desire, but when they because they don't desire them, so the thing would be is that when they do, even though they don't desire them, is that a desperate move? Even though you said you can find love in that, and you promote long-term marriage. That's what you said.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. It is a desperate move if there's nothing there. Yes, you're desperate if you're settling for somebody that you have no connection with. If you're settling for the loser standing outside the liquor store. Well, yeah. Wait, let me finish. Yes, you are settling and you are desperate.
But you just
said he ain't got no job. He getting drunk with the little money he making. With whatever money he getting, wherever he getting it from. He don't look worth nothing. I mean, there's nothing really there. Then yeah, you're desperate in that sense.
Oh, okay.
But let's just keep it real. Most people settle.
Okay.
Most people settle, and on some level. So settling does not make you desperate. Now, if you go here and you come here, you're not desperate. But if you go from here and come all the way down here, oh yeah, you're desperate at this point. So
desperate can be in the conversation of settling.
Yeah,
for a person that you don't desire.
It can definitely.
I don't desire. So it'd be like this. I don't really desire you, but I'm sure they wouldn't say that.
No,
I don't really desire you. But I got to do something. I mean, I'm running out of time. I'm at an age I need to get with somebody.
And I have seen it. Of course, I ain't gonna say, keep this kid, don't know who watching. But I have witnessed people settle, and I've witnessed people desperate settle.
Wow. That's interesting. But I do recall you saying that you can find love and settling.
Yes,
even if you're desperate, and you can have long-term marriage and settling.
Now, if you're desperate, I don't know about that one.
I mean, but it don't matter. You with the person.
About that. Yeah, but see, I don't know about that one.
But I started off saying that if you got children, that's a different thing. If you're younger, if the children are younger, but if the children up in age, teenage years, I would say, try it out. But the thing is that, because if you got children that's younger, to me that's a sign of being desperate, because you want company, and you might have another thing about you want them to be, your children have some type of father figure or male figure in their lives. Maybe the father might be in prison or dead, but fast forward that to now, I'm hearing that you can find love in settling, even if you might not be, even if the person that you settling for, even though you don't want him, it might be suspect in some areas. But he's a good guy. He go to work. That's probably the best two things you know about him. He's good in bed. So that's a third thing you might know about him.
That's a great thing. That's a great plus.
Okay, so she said that's a great plus. So those three nice things, and that's about it. You don't know nothing about his characteristics. You don't know nothing about his past experience in life, and so you just went forward.
Well, no, so, see, now you're making assumptions now.
Well, these are real assumptions, but I'm just saying I'm not using that. But three good things about him that you will make you settle.
We're just talking about just what's you do know a lot of stuff about the person.
Okay, you do know a lot of stuff about him,
and you're selling because he don't he ain't checked off all the boxes of what you want.
Right. Okay, so
at the end of the day.
So the thing is that, here we go. This is the thing. Women do, so this is the conclusion. This is how I concluded. Women do settle for men they don't desire.
Yes.
Women can and will get desperate and settle for a man that they don't desire.
Right.
Women can find love with a man that they don't desire. And women can have long-term marriages with a man that they don't desire. And so those are some qualities of settling with a man that you don't desire. So when you do the whole survey on that, it's not bad.
It's not.
Even though they look at it as bad, I settle. Only somebody would have an attitude with that is the person that you settle for.
And it's the mindset. It's your mindset in going in it. If you're saying, well, I settled. Well, shoot, I settled. Well, and then you settled for a good guy. Then, you can't, like I said, a mature person, a mature woman is not going to keep telling herself that she's settled.
Well, see, the truth to the matter is, you'll know you made a bad decision once that big argument kick in. You probably won't tell him what you're thinking, but you'll go in the bathroom and say, I should have never messed with that Nigga. He a low down dirty dog, and I should have, but it's too late now. You 3 kids and you 3 kids deep, and you're in love, like you said, and you're married. So you gotta love the one you with. Thumbs up to the Ives brother, because they said, I didn't say this, there's a rose and a fisted glove. Well, the eagle fly with the dove. If you can't be with the one you love the one you with. And I throw my hands up on that. That's wise words being spoken by the Isley brothers. I thank them for that information, because right now I'm with the one I love, and she's settled. No, I'm just
no. I'm with the one I love too.
But I'm good with that today, though. So, but there is a positive plus in settling. A lot of it I don't agree with. I don't think, like I said, when you're when you're younger with children, or got women with you're a woman with young children, don't settle. But when you're a woman with up in age with older children, and when I say up in age, I'm saying 30 something, I guess. Whenever you should start having children, test it. Test the spirit, see what they doing. Get a feel. But by no means, this is a warning. This is a caution. Don't play with that man's feeling. Now, I wouldn't tell a man that, but I'll tell you that. Don't play with his feeling, because that can get dangerous. That can get very dangerous, and they can turn ugly. They can go from sunshine, blue sky to hurricane, thunderstorm real quick. So, yeah. So, we're going to close out on that. We just thank you guys for spending time and listening to what we're talking about. I like to say once again that All our views is our views. You don't necessarily have to believe what we're saying. We do this because we love doing it. We want to put this out in the world. We want people to know who we are for us chopping up with the pies. But by no means do you have to believe what we're saying.
That's right.
This is our truth. And we both talk about this based on life experiences, something we seen or something we experienced or something we heard. And that's how we deal with our topics on Chop It Up with the Pies. Until the next time, I'm gonna hit you back with my instrumentals from Michael Jackson. And the next time, make sure that you subscribe.
I'm gonna say one more thing
go ahead.
before you say that. While you're subscribing, or before you subscribe, or after you subscribe, make sure you go in the comment section and tell us, do you know of someone, or was it you who has settled in some type of way? And how did it turn out? Because again, my opinion is there's levels of settling. So you know somebody who was desperate, you know somebody who, you know, settled and turned out to have a happy situation. So just let us know in the comments.
And don't forget, we on Facebook as well. And we're gonna get this out there this week. And we'll make sure y'all comment and let us know, because everything is pre-recorded. It's not live. And so we thank y'all once again. Chop it up with the pies. And this is how we do it, 24/7. All right, we out.